In today's video, we're diving into a topic that, much like finding the right pair of socks in the dryer, most men tend to overlook: how women show they want you closer. Now, let me tell you, women are experts in subtlety. It's practically an art form. They won't skywrite their interest or wave a neon sign, but instead, they'll drop hints like breadcrumbs, hoping you'll pick them up without tripping over your own feet. And if you can learn to recognize these clues, you'll know exactly when she's drawn to you. We'll be breaking down 7 key behaviors that reveal her intentions, rooted in stoic wisdom to help you stay cool, confident, and collected. Because let's face it, panicking in the face of subtlety isn't exactly charming. Pay close attention, because by the end of this video, you'll be armed with the tools to read her cues like a pro and elevate your connections. As Peter Drucker famously said, the most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said. And when it comes to women, that's exactly the game. Whether it's the way she leans in just a little too close, brushes your arm in conversation, or holds eye contact a beat longer than usual, these aren't accidents. They're signals, my friend. So, stick around to decode the unspoken and step into a whole new realm of connection. Number 1. Give a loving smile. When a woman tilts her head slightly to the side while flashing a smile your way, it's like she's waving a non-verbal welcome mat, inviting you into a world of comfort and connection. This isn't just a random motion. It's a gesture laced with intrigue and warmth, subtly hinting that she feels safe and at ease around you. And yes, gentlemen, this is your cue to pay attention. Now, let's talk about that head tilt. It's not just a charming quirk, it's a time-honored signal of trust and receptivity. By tilting her head, she's exposing her neck, one of the most vulnerable parts of the body. This gesture is like saying, "Hey, I'm comfortable enough with you not to worry about saber-toothed tigers sneaking up behind me." It creates an unspoken aura of intimacy, as if she's lowering her defenses just for you. Evolutionary psychology has our backs here, confirming that revealing vulnerable areas is a classic sign of trust and often attraction. And here's where it gets even better: the chameleon effect. People unconsciously mirror those they're attracted to. So if you find yourself tilting your head right back or leaning in closer, congratulations! You've just joined her subtle dance of mutual interest. Now, let's not ignore the smile. Oh, the power of a genuine smile, the kind that crinkles her eyes and warms the room. This isn't some polite grin reserved for work meetings. It's the real deal, brimming with sincerity. Combined with the head tilt, it's a 1-2 punch of charm and openness that can make even the most stoic among us feel at ease. Here's a little science to back it up. That combination of head tilt and smile triggers what psychologists call the contagion effect. Her positive body language invites your brain to respond in kind, nudging you to relax and feel connected. It's like she's whispering to your subconscious, "You can let your guard down. I'm here." And if her smile is paired with lingering eye contact, well, that's your golden ticket. Eye contact, held for more than a few seconds, releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, creating a deeper sense of connection. In that moment, she's telling you, without a single word, that she's interested and waiting for you to take the lead. Picture this. You're at a cafe, sipping your coffee, when you catch her glance across the room. She tilts her head, smiles warmly, and holds your gaze just a moment longer than expected. Science says 3 seconds of sustained eye contact can spark attraction, and suddenly, she's no longer a stranger. Her eyes seem to dare you. Are you going to come say hi? Or are you just going to sit there admiring the wallpaper? It's in these small, quiet gestures, head tilts, smiles, lingering eye contact, that attraction is built. They're the whispers of connection, stirring curiosity and making you feel drawn in before a single word is spoken. So next time you see her tilt her head and gift you that loving smile, don't just sit there wondering what it means. Take action. As Dale Carnegie wisely said, a smile is a curve that sets everything straight. And in this case, it might just be the curve that sets the stage for your next great connection. Number 2. Emotional space. Picture this. You're sitting at a cafe, enjoying your coffee, when she subtly slides her chair just a little closer, close enough for you to feel her presence, even though there's a world of empty seats around her. Or perhaps you're standing in line, and instead of keeping that respectable social distance, she moves within arm's reach, as if proximity suddenly became an Olympic event. These aren't coincidences, my friend. They're signals. Quiet, intentional signals that she's testing the waters. It's in these tiny, unspoken gestures where the real conversation happens. The language of proximity says far more than words ever could. For example, that slight lean forward when you're talking? That's not just attentive listening, that's engagement. It's curiosity mixed with a dash of intrigue. It's her way of saying, I want to hear more, while silently inviting you to step a little closer too, physically and emotionally. Now, proximity isn't just about the physical space between you. It's about the emotional space she's inviting you into. When she chooses to step closer, whether by scooting her chair forward or standing a breath away, it's like an unspoken invitation to join her inner circle. Psychologists call this proxemics, the art of communicating through space. And make no mistake, when she enters that 18-inch bubble of yours, it's not accidental. That's prime real estate reserved for trust and connection. And then there's touch, those seemingly casual brushes against your arm, or light taps on your shoulder. Spoiler alert, they're not random. Those are little bridges she's building, one touch at a time, to draw you in and gauge your response. Whether it's a fleeting graze or a playful nudge, she's testing the waters to see if you'll swim closer or just paddle in place. Albert Mehrabian, the famed psychologist, nailed it when he said, "The way we communicate with others and with ourselves ultimately determines the quality of our lives." And in this case, her proximity and touch are practically shouting, "Pay attention," without a single syllable spoken. So, how do you respond to her inching closer into your orbit? The trick is to reflect her actions subtly. If she leans in, you lean in. If she gently touches your arm, let your body language reciprocate. It's like a silent waltz where every move signals, "I see you, and I'm here." When she closes the physical gap, it's not just about shortening the distance between two bodies. It's about narrowing the emotional one by recognizing her cues and responding with the same openness. You create a space where connection isn't just possible, it's inevitable. Number 3, her effect. We are so compatible. Isn't it fascinating how humans, like finely tuned musical instruments, instinctively harmonize with the people we feel connected to? This subtle, almost mystical phenomenon is what psychologists call the chameleon effect. It's like an invisible orchestra conductor coordinating your body language with hers, and neither of you even realize you're playing the same tune. Neuroscience has a hand in this little magic trick. Our mirror neurons, those tiny brain cells responsible for mimicking actions, spring into action when we're drawn to someone. So, when a woman starts reflecting your gestures, leaning in when you lean in, nodding when you nod, or even picking up her drink when you do, it's her silent way of saying, "We're on the same page." It's not a coincidence, it's chemistry, plain and simple. Think of it as her non-verbal declaration. "I resonate with you." It's not just a sign of attraction, it's her body whispering, "I'm comfortable here, with you." This mirroring is like a duet where no one's leading, yet the harmony is flawless. And when a woman mirrors your actions, it's more than an echo. It's a signal that she feels safe in your presence and possibly wants to get even closer, emotionally and physically. Now, here's where the true beauty of mirroring lies. It's not just about attraction. It's about building trust. When she subtly mirrors your movements, it's her way of creating an unspoken bond, much like two dance partners who instinctively know each other's next move. It says, "I get you. I understand you." And let's face it, who doesn't want to be understood? This phenomenon isn't exclusive to romance. It's universal. Even infants mirror the expressions of their caregivers, building trust and connection from the very beginning. It's human nature, a built-in system for fostering bonds. When a woman mirrors your posture, gestures, or even the rhythm of your speech, it's her subconscious saying, "I trust you and I feel aligned with you." Theodore Roosevelt nailed it when he said, "People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care." Her mirroring isn't just mimicry. It's a quiet testament to the connection she feels. It transcends words, turning into a shared rhythm that silently proclaims, "We're in this together." But mirroring isn't just about movements. It's about energy too. If you project calm confidence, she might unconsciously reflect that back to you. Genuine confidence is magnetic, and when she mirrors it, it's like she's engaging in a wordless dialogue, matching your vibe without even realizing it. Here's an example. If your voice is soft and steady, she might instinctively lower hers to match. If you're enthusiastic and lively, she might elevate her energy to meet yours. This emotional resonance is the secret sauce to creating a connection where both of you feel truly understood. Why does this matter so much? Because mirroring is about more than attraction. It's about trust, intimacy, and understanding. These are the building blocks of any meaningful relationship. When she mirrors you, she's signaling that she feels emotionally safe. And emotional safety is the gateway to deeper attraction. So, what should you do when you notice her mirroring your movements? Pay attention and lean into the moment, literally, if she does. These are opportunities to build on the connection, to strengthen the silent bond between you two. Think of it as a delicate dance, each movement reinforcing the rhythm of trust and attraction. It's a non-verbal conversation that speaks volumes, one synchronized step at a time. Number 4. Sparks of collision. The gentle art of touch. So subtle, so powerful, and so delightfully full of intrigue. When a woman accidentally brushes her hand against yours, or lightly pats your shoulder mid-laughter, it's no random act of clumsiness. It's her quiet way of testing the waters, like dipping a toe in to see if the emotional temperature is just right. Those fleeting touches? They're not so accidental, after all. Touch is one of the most profound non-verbal cues in the realm of human connection. A light graze on your arm during conversation, or a playful nudge with her shoulder isn't just happenstance. Research backs this up. Physical touch releases oxytocin, charmingly nicknamed the love hormone. This little chemical powerhouse is responsible for building trust, fostering intimacy, and creating that warm, fuzzy feeling that makes you wonder, is this more than just friendly banter? Think about it. The moment she leans in slightly, her hand brushing against yours, there's an unmistakable shift in the atmosphere. Do you feel the spark? Or perhaps it's more like an electric jolt, reminding you of just how magnetic a simple touch can be. Here's a little secret. Physical touch, even the briefest kind, is her way of signaling closeness. And when she gently places her hand on your back as you navigate a crowded room, or playfully nudges your shoulder while giggling at your joke, she's not just sharing a laugh, she's creating a shared memory, one that ties you closer together. It's a dance, really, and she's inviting you to join in. Take the playful nudge, for instance. It's not just an excuse to touch you, it's her way of injecting lightheartedness into your connection, sparking joy, and making the moment feel uniquely yours. You'll leave that conversation not just remembering what she said, but how her laughter, paired with that touch, lingered in the air. Tony Robbins once said, "The only limit to your impact is your imagination and commitment." So, what if those small gestures weren't just touches, but invitations? Open doors to deeper emotional connection? Imagine those playful nudges or soft hand brushes as her way of saying, "Let's see where this goes." In a world dominated by emojis and endless texting, physical touch is the unsung hero of communication. It cuts through the noise and brings us back to something more tangible and real. So, the next time she brushes your hand, or leans in a little closer, don't shrug it off. Instead, see it for what it is. An opportunity to embrace the connection she's offering and explore where this unspoken chemistry might lead. Because sometimes, the smallest touch can spark the biggest impact. Number 5. Confession of connection. There's something uniquely telling about a woman who lingers after a conversation, like a sunset that refuses to dip below the horizon. She could just as easily wrap things up and drift into the background, but instead, she sticks around. Whether she's continuing the chat, hanging nearby, or inventing reasons to stay, this subtle act speaks volumes. It's her way of saying, "I like this, let's keep it going," without actually spelling it out. Now, don't be fooled into thinking this is some kind of coincidence. No, sir. It's often a deliberate choice. When we like someone, we instinctively want to spend more time with them. Psychologically, lingering signals emotional attraction, a silent declaration that your company is something she values. Whether it's leaning in closer as you speak, locking onto your gaze a little longer, or laughing just a tad too much at your jokes, even the bad ones, these signs suggest she's drawn to you and eager to deepen the connection. And why wouldn't she be? Shared moments and experiences, whether it's cooking a meal together, hiking a trail, or simply swapping stories over coffee, are the building blocks of meaningful relationships. These little chapters of your shared narrative create a bond you both can reflect on and revisit. Remember that time we moments that turn casual connections into something more enduring. Here's the kicker. When someone appreciates your presence, they often do everything they can to extend it. It's not just about the time spent. It's about what you do with that time, whether you're fostering trust, sharing a laugh, or simply making her feel understood. So, how do you make the most of her lingering moments? First, seize the opportunity. If she's staying close, engage her with genuine curiosity. Try something like, "You mentioned you love hiking. What's the best trail you've ever been on?" Not only does this keep the conversation flowing, but it also shows you're truly interested in her experiences. Second, go spontaneous. If the moment feels right, suggest something simple but fun. There's a great little cafe nearby. Fancy continuing this conversation over a latte? Confidence paired with spontaneity is a winning combo. Third, read her body language. Is she leaning in, maintaining eye contact, and showing an open posture? Those are green lights. On the flip side, if she's checking her phone or looking around like a bored tourist, it might be time to gracefully bow out. Finally, practice patience. If she seems hesitant, don't rush it. Let the conversation unfold naturally and pay attention to her cues. Neuroscience tells us that when someone feels empathy, their brain releases oxytocin, the so-called bonding hormone. The more connected and understood she feels, the more likely she'll open up and want to stick around. In these moments, focus on being present. Let the conversation breathe, observe her reactions, and respond thoughtfully. When you make her feel comfortable, you're creating the perfect environment for connection to flourish. As Mark Twain might have said, if a woman lingers after a chat, it's no accident. It's an invitation. Your job: accept it with grace, wit, and just the right amount of charm. Because when someone makes the effort to stay, it's your chance to make them glad they did. Number 6. She shows weakness to seek sympathy. The art of subtlety. A woman absent-mindedly brushes her fingers against her neck or fiddles with her necklace while deep in conversation. At first glance, it may seem as innocent as straightening a napkin. But don't be fooled. These small, almost imperceptible gestures carry profound meaning. Like a bird ruffling its feathers, she's revealing a blend of attraction and vulnerability, whether she realizes it or not. The neck, one of the body's most delicate and exposed areas, holds a special place in nonverbal communication. When she touches or draws attention to it, it's not just about showcasing her favorite necklace. It's an unspoken signal of trust and openness, like quietly lowering her drawbridge to let you see what's inside. It's as if she's whispering, "I'm intrigued by you, but I'm feeling a little nervous too." These movements, often a blend of excitement and self-soothing, are her way of navigating the emotional waters of attraction. And then there's the classic move: adjusting her clothes or jewelry in your presence. Now, this isn't just about getting comfortable. It's about getting noticed. She's unconsciously putting her best foot, or in this case, necklace, forward. When someone feels drawn to another person, it's almost second nature to present themselves in the best light possible. That quick fix of her blouse or tug at her earring, it's her way of saying, "I care about how you see me." So, how should you respond to these quiet cues? First, mirror her body language. If she leans in, lean in just a bit. If she touches her necklace, offer a sincere compliment. A simple, "That's a lovely necklace," shows her you're attuned to the little details she hopes you'll notice. Next, recognize the silent communication. These aren't just nervous habits. They're her way of opening the door to connection. Understanding these subtle gestures can help you decode the emotional conversation happening beneath the surface. Finally, acknowledge her efforts. That quick adjustment to her outfit or jewelry is more than just a fidget. It's a conscious or unconscious display of care. Complimenting her appearance thoughtfully, like, "You always look so polished," reinforces the connection she's trying to build. These small actions are rooted in evolutionary psychology. Drawing attention to vulnerable areas, like the neck, reflects trust and openness, key ingredients for deeper connection. In this dance of attraction, the language of quiet gestures can speak louder than words, creating lasting impressions that linger long after the moment has passed. Number 7. The subtlety of flirting. The delicate art of hair twirling. It's not just a nervous tick, it's practically the semaphore of flirtation. When she gently wraps a strand of hair around her finger while locking eyes with you, she's doing more than fidgeting. She's sending an unspoken invitation. It's a dance of vulnerability and confidence, a clever mix of "I'm a little shy" and "I'm daring you to notice." If you're paying attention, you might just find yourself caught in the allure of this timeless gesture. But what's behind this playful move? Twisting her hair has a dual purpose. First, it soothes her nerves, much like how one might fiddle with a pen during a meeting. Second, and here's the kicker, it captures your attention. The act is subtle but deliberate, almost like a magician's sleight of hand, drawing your focus without you even realizing it. If she's twirling and holding your gaze, it's a signal clear as day. "I'm intrigued, are you?" This move, while seemingly simple, is part of a bigger picture. It's not just about the hair, it's about testing the waters, gauging your reaction, and creating a playful energy. It's her way of saying, "I'm here, and I'd like to see if you're as interesting as you look." So, how should you respond? First, stay deliberate and composed. Don't let every little gesture sweep you off your feet. Instead, lean in with calm curiosity and let her know you're paying attention, but without overplaying your hand. Next, offer genuine compliments. Skip the cliché lines about her beauty and focus on something meaningful. Try, "I admire how your positivity lights up the room." It shows you see more than just the surface. Finally, take initiative. If her signals remain consistent, prolonged eye contact, laughter at your jokes, or simply lingering in your company, suggest a casual outing. Keep it lighthearted. How about we grab coffee sometime? I feel like there's more to talk about. As Ralph Waldo Emerson wisely said, "Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm." So embrace her subtle flirtations with enthusiasm and poise. You might just find that this quiet dance of connection leads to something extraordinary. And remember, a twirl of hair could be the start of a story worth telling. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've uncovered. This video wasn't just about noticing a playful hair twirl or a subtle touch. It was about understanding the quiet yet powerful ways women express their interest. These 7 subtle signs, her lingering presence, her open gestures, and even the twinkle of flirtation in her eyes, are like whispers of connection waiting for you to recognize. They're not just clues, they're opportunities to deepen understanding, build trust, and create genuine connections. The value of these insights lies in their simplicity and authenticity. By tuning into these non-verbal cues, you're not only learning to read her actions, but also stepping up as someone who truly listens. Someone who sees what's unspoken. That's the foundation for meaningful relationships. Now, it's your turn to put these lessons into practice. Keep your eyes open, your heart confident, and your intentions genuine. And if you found this video helpful, why not keep the momentum going? Hit the like button to show your support. Subscribe to stay ahead with more insights, and share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, stay curious, stay confident, and keep building those connections. See you in the next video.